Well, hey there, darlings, and welcome back to my makeup garden. It's Liz. So let's do get ready with me today. Get ready with me today. I'm gonna pull out a palette that I haven't had done a lot of use in, but it's a really pretty color story, and I kind of just want to play with it. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna use the BH. Who remembers this palette? Blast from the past, right? So we have this BH Cosmetics Los Angeles palette. This palette was so popular. I ended up finding mine at TJ Maxx, but I kind of want to use this like green and yellow. I know there's like a lot of colors in here that, you know, are really bright and very spring and very colorful, but I'm like, let's do moody. So I think that's what we're going to do. But this palette does not have the depth that I would want for like a makeup look. So I'm going to use my Groovy Garden palette with it. So if you remember, this is like before they relaunched the last two palettes. This was the one that Ensley Rain came out with. But I think some of these deeper tones would really work for like the crease. And, you know, I could just use this palette. But where's the fun in that? I want to play with my Los Angeles palette. So I think I'm going to go into Runyon Canyon right here. Or Runyon Canyon. I'm so sorry. Just, it is what it is. So let's grab this brush right here. This is by Game Beauty. This is an EO6. I'm still trying to get my thoughts on it. I have now washed all of these, and I want to see if they perform the same way after you wash them as they do initially. I mean, you know, I have to get my full thoughts on it. So lately, I have been trying to go back through my collection and kind of take inventory of what I have and pull things out and really play with them. I do have some staining on my eyes, by the way, so if you see a little tint of like reddish purple, that's what it is. God, I forgot how much I like this palette. I have not given it a bunch of use, but there's a reason this was so popular, and like, I get it, right? Oh, I get it. The pan has a little bit of kickback, but I think when I purchased this palette from, I bought mine from TJ Maxx. When or was it Marshall's? It was one of those. I'm pretty sure that I only paid like $6 for it, which it's hard to be mad at that. There's one palette that I would like. This is just selfishly, okay? This is just selfish Liz fantasizing about finding a deal, all right? So I would selfishly very much like to see two Glamlight palettes. I want the Rick and Morty one, and I want the Garfield one, but I'm not willing to pay full price. So, okay. Well, that's cute already. I'm already pleased with myself. All right, let's go into Groovy Garden because I need some kind of depth for my crease. And this is not gonna cut it. So I kind of really just want to go into this, but I think I'm gonna go into this shade here. Ooh, but I think the pink would be pretty with that. Okay, let's just go into this one. It's called Hazy Dreams. So this palette, I've really enjoyed using this palette so far. I wish it had a mirror. Like for the cost, I feel like it should have a mirror, but like, all right, let me see if I can do this in the camera without having to get like another one. This shade, the last time I used it was not like the easiest shade to work with, but we'll see how it goes. It looks like it's fine. Man, you don't realize how bad your vision's gotten until you try to do this with one eye in a camera screen. Well, phone screen. I don't have a regular camera that I film on. I film on my phone. So the joys of 4K on your telephone, I tell you what there, friends. It is a really pretty color, though. Am I going to overdo it? Probably. Oh, yes. I like this. I'm trying to give myself permission more. I'm just grabbing that previous brush to kind of buff that a little bit because I made a mess. I'm trying to give myself permission to blend my palettes more. Historically speaking, that has not been a strong point of mine. I kind of have this like separatist attitude towards my makeup collection where I'm like, no, you can't mix those. And I was like, bitch, I own them. I can do whatever I want. Okay, let me grab my mirror because I am for sure struggling. So I'm like, yeah, you own them. You can kind of do whatever you want with them. And I don't know why, but I've always had an issue with that. So it's probably, some psychologists would probably be like, it goes back to your childhood. I know, I don't know. But let's see. Oh my gosh. Indeed. She is feeling sassy. So honestly, we're getting ready. I have nowhere to go. I'm not even going to pick up my own children today. My neighbor and I trade off days. So I don't have to go anywhere if I don't want to. But if I look cute, maybe I will. I have several palettes in front of me that I'm gonna try to do looks with or do like videos with. And if you would give me some feedback in the comments below, I would really appreciate it. Would you rather see like a 3 looks video? Would you rather see like a standalone video just making like one look, like an inspo video? Like, what is your preference for that? I always feel like more is more. And that's why I always feel like this compulsion to do like 3 looks videos, because I do not mind doing them, but they are like a little, well, they're a lot more work, but I don't mind doing them if that's like what the preference is, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna grab some NYX glitter primer. I'm pretty satisfied with how this looks. Like, it's a very Liz look. You would look at this, like anybody who knows would be like, yeah, that's like something she would do. Yeah, cool. All right, like I said, we just do a, well, I didn't actually say it out loud. I said it in my head, but we just take a little bit of that, put it on. And I think I'm gonna smother this like olivey green that's in here all over my lid. Should I try to use a brush? Let's try to use a brush for that. I prefer to put stuff on with my finger, but I do like experimenting when I'm trying to test out brushes, like kind of to really kind of get my thoughts on it. I like to try them in different ways. Okay, so let me grab, is that brush from the Game Beauty collection clean? It's not. Oh, wait, this one will work. I can use this one. It's just a flat eyeshadow brush. I wouldn't call this a blending brush. One complaint I do have about these is that their bristles are they're kind of stiff. Like the bristles are stiff. Okay, we are good and tacky in more ways than one. So let's go into Rodeo Drive. I'm kind of surprised that this shade's not a gold. It's very much like an olivey, antique-y green gold, but it's not like a true gold. It picked up well on the brush. Oh, why don't I pick up this palette more? Look how stinking cute it is, man. I will say BH, they got their shit figured out. Now, if they could just be consistent about it, that would be like, great, thanks. But this palette, you know who actually turned me on to that palette was actually, there's a drama commentary channel called Rich Lux. Did I cover up too much of that brown? Yes, I did. We might have to go back in and add some more. But actually, I first saw this palette being used by Rich Lux, like the turquoisey color that's in here. I first saw it from him and I was like, oh, look at that. Now, Rich Lux can be a little extra, but the palette is pretty. Credit where credit is due, friends. Did I cover up too much of that brown? I certainly did, but that's okay. We will go back in. We will rectify the mistake, but it is, honestly, I'm just being very messy. Look at me. That green is really pretty though. I could pan this. I think I could pan this palette. Here's the deal. I love panning projects in theory, okay? It's always nice to say, oh yeah, I'm for sure gonna give my eyeshadow palettes the wear that they deserve and blah, blah, blah. But like in practice, when you have a big collection, do I ignore my entire collection for a panning project? Or do I just get to use my eyeshadows and love them as they are without the added burden of only focusing on the panning palette, you know? There's a dichotomy there that I can't ignore. And I know that some people would be like, well, just have a smaller collection. But like, I'm not that committed to panning. I would much rather just play with all the eyeshadows because I fixate on the color stories, than sacrifice, like I already have my collection. Why would I get rid of it just because I want to hit pan? I think feeling a little disheartened because the panning palette that I chose, it has been a challenge. It has been a challenge. I'm panning Leather and Lace by Unearthly Cosmetics. What the fuck was I thinking? Your guess is as good as mine. Okay, firstly, that's real cute. We need some lightness though, right? Okay, so I could go the honky route and do this in the center, or we could do this cream color would be pretty, I think, right? Or should we just do a pop of color? I'm kind of thinking that a pop of color would be fun. Or do we do more neutral today? I don't know. Let's put some lightness on the center of the lid. Let's see what I can grab here. Let's go into this shade here, just to add, it's called Starstruck. It's the gold color. I will say this shimmers in this palette, they're so smooth. They really are smooth. Let's just add a little lightness to the center of the lid. Like, it's not a halo eye, but like, let's give it that little bit of zhuzh. Did that do anything? I mean, I think it did, but it's really subtle. Oh yeah, it's more noticeable now. Cool. Cool. All right, so we need to put something on the lower lashes. There's not a shade in here that screams, there's something on the lower lash. So I think I'm gonna grab this mustard yellow color because this one says, put me on your lower lashes. Let's do the rest of my makeup first though, I think. And then we'll think about the inner corner. So obviously we're gonna need to color correct. Well, it may not be as obvious to you, but it is for sure obvious to me. Let's see but where is it? So I have my e.l.f. color corrector in the shade Peach. If you've been here for one of my Get Ready With Me's before, you know that this is kind of like my go-to. Is it perfect? No. Is it pretty good? Yeah. And is it a bargain for the money? Yeah, for sure. But I will probably end up using this up unless it dries out or turns, just because I do actually get good use out of it and I get reasonable coverage out of it. A lot of times I don't like to wear concealer because I am aging. I'm 37. I will be 38 this year in September. And I just don't like how heavy a lot of concealers feel on my under eyes, but I don't want like super dark circles to show. So it's kind of works for me. I'm gonna let that dry for just a second. Kind of works for me to have that like moment of, you know, ease off the concealer and cover the dark circles at the same time. So kind of works out. Okay, I did prime my face with the Snail Mucin by CosRx. Listen, just because Jen Alpha Z, whatever Jen like was touting about it, honestly, it is really good. I do like it a lot. Okay, so I just put some of my Tarte, this one, the Tinted Hydrator. It is getting to be warm. It's supposed to be 85 today, where I live. Fun. It is, of course, spring, but we're gonna be going into hot months. And I really like this, this for just some sheer coverage. I would say that you could probably build this up to light coverage. Like, I would not say this is something that would go to medium. I don't know what the website says, but for sure I would not say medium for this product. But I do like how it wears and I like how it makes my skin feel. So I will continue to use it. This is more than halfway spent, so it's only a matter of time before I end up having to order a replacement. And hopefully that's when Ulta has it half off. This is one of those products that I really like, but I really hate paying full price for. I know we all have them. We all have those products, but this is one of those for me. Like, I like it a lot because it just is like kind of glowy, kind of makes my skin but better, which is such a bleh thing to say, but it's true. I'm just bringing down the neck a little bit, but it's really kind of like just a good producto for me. So, okay. Should I blend that in with a sponge? Honestly, I don't think I really need to. It's pretty even, so yay. Okay, let's go into a product that I have also, it's just my go-to. Like, it's so funny. It's weird talking about like the same things over and over again. But honestly, like, I like using what I use, so I'm just gonna use them. But this is the cream bronzer from Tarte. I could not find it. Somebody, actually a friend of mine commented and told me that this was back in stock. The darker version, like the berry blush version, is in stock on their website, like on Tarte's website, because this is a Tarte product. But I did not see where just the bronzer, because I don't want the blush. The blush is not great. It hard pans from this like Sea Breezy duo. The blush hard pans, but the bronzer is beautiful on my skin tone. So I was gonna go just get a replacement of the bronzer and just buy the bronzer on its own. And they have a different cream bronzer. They have the Park Avenue Princess bronzer, which is a cream. Here, let me pop a picture of it so you can see what I mean. But I didn't like the Park Avenue Princess palette. So there was a palette that they came out with years ago, and it was like bronzers and like setting powders, like a white-ish powder, that I would consider like a setting powder, but I think it was meant to be a highlighting powder. I don't know. I didn't like it. So that came out and I was like, I don't know if the cream bronzer from that collection, because you know, like they like to reuse names. Like if I see another Maracuja something, so help me, I might scream. Okay, so I need a cream. I'm going to use a cream bronzer because I like to use a cream bronzer. I kind of think that this color by Moira, this would be real pretty. Let's use that. Like I said, I'm trying to bust out some like, you know, different stuff. Okay, let me wipe off my brush to make sure I don't have anything on it, because I do reuse my brushes a couple times usually and then I wash them. But okay, so we're going to go into this one. This is their Loveheat Cream Blush. If I remember correctly, this wore nicely. Well, if I remember correctly, this applied nicely, but then disappeared. And I don't remember, but it is a pretty color, so I'm going to use it. I do have a lot of redness in my face anyway because I have rosacea. Dun, dun, dun. But I always over apply this product, and then I feel like I need to use a sponge to like pick up the extra, because that's what happens with me. Okay, I did put a little bit of that on my nose. Too much? No. Maybe. Okay, let me grab a sponge so that I can diffuse this a little bit, because it's a little too much for me. So, sponge. Oh, I just left it recording. Hello, gotta edit out. Okay, so I'm not one to have like a bunch of subscription boxes. Been there, done that, no thank you. However, a Lunar Beauty box, which I do not trust as far as I can throw them in terms of like the recommendations, they were giving away a free Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer when you signed up for this month's box in April, okay? And if you remember, we talked about me wanting to buy that before. So the box was $25. So you got like the free Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer plus the contents of the box, right? And I was like, that's cheaper than any coupon I could have used. So did I order it? Maybe. Will it be here today? Also maybe. So expect me to be stalking that, because that's going to happen. All right, let's grab my powder. Let me grab my Lunar Beauty. This is their Lunarversal. Is this a translucent pink? Yeah. I got the translucent pink because I like a good pink powder. And I've really enjoyed the Huda Beauty one, the Easy Bake powder. So I was like, okay, let me get another one. Don't buy the Moira one, by the way. At first, like the first time I used it, I was like, okay, this is fine. By the end of the day, oh my God, I looked cakey. So don't buy the Moira one. I don't like that one. I think I'm going to do a Battle of the Pink Powders video. Do I need that many pink powders? No, but I already have 3. So like I could totally just do it. All right, I am going to set, God, I love that this smells like candy. I know that's stupid, but I just do. I'm going to set down just my under eye, just for it to make it like a little bit more blurred on my under eye with the Lunarversal. I do like the little pad it comes with. It's really easy to use and it fits in the top, which is nice. Do I need to set down the rest of my face? No, I kind of like that glowy look. I think I'm just going to leave the glowy look. Okay. So let's do a little bit of highlight. So I have these really cute ones and let me show you here. It's by Moira. Ooh, or I could use something from the palette. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so in the BH palette, there's the shade The Hills, and it's kind of like a light icy pink almost. I don't know. Let's see how it looks on the eye or on the cheek. Oh, that's good. Well, that'd be a good inner corner color too, tied together, or like a good brow color. I think that'll work. Diffuse it a little bit. I think it's okay. It's a little icy, but that's all right. My skin's pretty warm. So I'm putting it on with this finger and then smearing it around with this one. My skin's pretty warm right now, especially. So the icy might look a little out of place, but it is pretty. Let's put some of that on the nose. Cause let's be annoying. Maybe we'll put that on the brow bone too. Let's just fucking go ham, friends. Let's just go ham. So it's funny. I was looking back at some of my older videos and like, listen, your girl, I go through phases where I cuss a lot. Is it necessary? No. Do I like doing it? Yes. And I was looking at some of my older videos. I'm just going to grab this brush here and I'm just going to place, oh, should we do, ooh, oh, sorry. We're going through the full range of emotions right now. I'm going to put, I kind of want to put that, oh, on the inner corner is where my brain is right now. I'm going to this shade, this, or this. Let's do this one. Oh, but this would be pretty. Okay, let's do that one. Let's just do The Hills. It's on my cheek, but let's do it on the inner corner too. Oh, was that the right choice? No, this was not the right choice. That's okay. But anyway, oh shit, what was I saying? I cannot be the only one who's going senile. Oh well, the thought was there. No, it's not. It's amazing how they flee. I guess I could look back at the footage and be like, okay, what were you talking about? It's fine. Anyway, so I have that Allure box coming. I'm going to do an unboxing for it because I can. And I think that's a good enough reason. Okay, still, that thought still hasn't come back. Oh, well. All right, so let's do this. I keep wanting to put more and more. Let's do that yellow shade though. So we got to go back into that yellow for the lower lash line because that seems like it's a good idea. So let's grab this brush here. This is a BK, or not BK. It's a Blend Bunny B4. Did you see that they have a new collection coming that is like gigantic? Yes. So is it Ellis Brooklyn? Is that their name? Ellis. The last part of their name is, it is escaping me right now. I'm going into this one to use on my lower lash line. So there are very like famous drag queen. I've been following their content for a while. They do really, really beautiful looks. And the fact that Blend Bunny is collabing with them is awesome. Do I like the palette that they came up with together? No. So it's too big. It's gigantic. It looks like one of those BK Beauty carnival palettes, but love the creator, love Blend Bunny. If I didn't already have Blend Bunny palettes, I would think that, oh, that's a good one and done palette. Like it has like all the things you could think of. But I have Lure, Surge, and Primal. And I don't think I need that giant palette. I am going to talk about it in Pass or Smash along with the rest of the collection, but I thought it was like interesting to see what they came up with together. And it feels very like, I could see why they would collab on that particular kind of palette because they do a lot of like colorful looks but it's too big. It's too big. It's gigantic. It's like 45 pans. Like, you can't tell me that's not like a BK palette, right? Or not a BK, I'm sorry, BH, is it BH? Who does that? Like, I think it's BH. The Carnival palettes, like the giant ones. I don't know. I think a good stopping point would have been like 24, 25. I just don't feel like it needs to be that gigantic, you know? Okay. I likey. Let's put some mascara on. Okay, we are back. So, I just used my Benefit Roller Lash Mascara here. And I put a little bit of the Urban Decay 24/7 Zero on my tight line up there just to make my lashes look fuller. In case you didn't know that that's like a thing. So now we have to choose a lip, okay? I'm kind of torn between two. So these are my options here. A neutrally brown leaning So there's this color. I think it's a little bit cool for the look. And then there's this color, which is Mahogany by Kaleidos. The neutral lip queen in my brain is saying, go with the Ofra. This is in the shade Sobe. Go with the Ofra because I like the formula better. But the drama queen in me is saying go with Kaleidos. So let's do Kaleidos because I'm going to eat a corn dog after this anyway. Let's not pretend. And then if it wears off, then I'll just put on the Sobe, right? That's reasonable. Let's do this. Let's see if I can talk and do this at the same time. I do love a brown lipstick. Is this gonna, excuse you, Miss Ma'am, this was applying like Patchy the House. Okay. Is this going on very patchy? It sure enough is. It sure enough is. Oh, I remember my thought from before. So I was looking back at previous footage and I was like, oh, I go through phases where I cuss a lot. And then I was like, when I first started, I was like cussing a whole lot. And then now I'm not cussing as much. And I think the thing now is my kids are a little bit bigger and they're starting to repeat me. Especially my 5-year-old. She loves to say a naughty word. So I'm like, oh, I have to tone it down. This isn't working out so good. Okay. Here's the deal. That's not great. I don't know if the formula is starting to change. Is the color great? This color is great. This one is called Mahogany. Or DEO3. But it feels really patchy. It's really comfortable. It's starting to set down a little bit, but I don't know. It still feels patchy. I don't know. We'll see. It's not going to survive the corn dog. It is what it is. But all right, baby cakes. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching my Get Ready With Me. If you made it this far, leave whatever emoji you fucking want to. Okay? All right. We do what we want. We're grown. And I love you. Thank you for being here. Do you have the BH Cosmetics Los Angeles? I know it's gone. It's RIP, discontinued, because of course they always discontinue the good stuff. But if you have it, this is just kind of your reminder to take it out and use it. Give it some love. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. If you have Groovy Garden, use it with, they look really cute together. They do look really nice together. I will catch you guys on the next one. Should I actually remember to take a picture for this? Okay. Oh, I will. And I'm thinking about the thumbnail. I'm sorry. I will never take a picture for the thumbnail. I do a piss poor job at that. And then I go through my footage and I'm always like trying to find a picture that'll work. So cool. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.